Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for the evening as we're here on Thursday, the 12th of September, 2024, and we're just getting on now at about 6:20 p.m. Central Time. Interesting day. Rebound in the stock market. It began, remember yesterday I was saying that I had told my subscribers in the morning updates that I thought the pros were going to be covering shorts because you got down to Bollinger Bands and key moving averages. Well, you came back. I've talked about the 2,600 level in the gold market. Not too bad. You're all of $13 away, so I think I'm on track there. Big move up in the silver. It's not going to be left behind. So I'm wondering now if the markets are starting to say, hey, the Fed action's going to happen next week. Maybe industrial metals come alive, because you can't ignore that copper's back into the 420 level. And that's one of the canaries in the mine. And if industry was in a terrible, terrible state, it shouldn't be doing that. So that is something that's good. I am surprised that we held on to gains in Brent and gasoline today, because this is a rally off of an event that's going to dissipate or be gone in 48 hours. The storm has moved onshore. The damage doesn't look severe. By Monday, you'll see most of the platforms are back in the business. So we're going to see, and I don't see good demand in these markets. We'll see what happens. I've moved to the November crude oil, so it is time to make your move there. And I've moved to all the December currencies except the dollar, and I'll be doing that very shortly. But as you can see, the dollar got hit pretty good today, and the Mexican peso took off to the upside as the vote, it looks like it's a fait accompli that there are going to be elections now for federal judges throughout Mexico. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I haven't the slightest idea. And we went into that yesterday, so we're not going to go any further with it. But as you can see in the gold market, you've nicely stayed in the weekly chart over it. Again, the reason I think we're going up is falling U.S. interest rates. Generally, historically, is all I can tell you, the dollar falls after the first rate cut into the first quarter after that, because you never know what time of the year it's coming. So I'll say the first 90 days or more. And then the market starts getting traction in the dollar as these cuts start having an impact, and people start saying, wait a minute, maybe it's too cheap, the economy's coming back, and blah, blah, blah. It's getting on its feet. So things to think about. But now, if we take away, and we should take this away, this is where we were. And as you know, I was saying, we seem to be caught between there and down here, and I've said it over and over. Will it break out one way or the other? And I went through the different scenarios, as you know, with you. Well, this is certainly a breakout to the upside. Does it have legs? Well, what it shouldn't do, and I'm going to repeat, is get back under 2,500. That's the key. The market has now got the pattern of higher lows, higher highs, bullish. The market is over the 18-day average, and I think, remember I said, as it pulled back, I said that's generally where the fight comes until a market decides what it wants to do. It's now taken off to the upside, bullish again. The resistance is right here. You're at the upper Bollinger Band, but you're trying to push on it. Now, you did narrow in these bands. The question is that enough to propel the market towards that 2,600 level or more? I can see it. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. I've known that would happen, and it's part of my scenario. In the momentum, we are overbought. So is this the place I'm going to tell you, hey, go out and deploy money? No. I started telling you against this for traders that I thought we'd go to the 2,600 level. I'd be wrong if you had gotten under there, and you've certainly come back $50 or so. Now, this is what you want to look at. I got to change the color of this. Now it's going to go to silver if it stays like this into the morning. But all of a sudden, this triple peak, double peak, whatever you want to call it, it's all through here, back into that resistance area. If it stays under here, then silver gains rather dramatically on the gold. In the silver, you now have a lower low, higher high. You're no longer in a bear trend. Momentum is turned up, bias up. If it catches stop orders, it might be able to get up near the 3,100 level. In the copper market, this is a big resistance area. Is it going to be able to just get through it or not? This is a rough one. And no, if you bought this market into this support at 418 on a pullback, where are you going to put a stop? It's going to be almost $2,500 lower. I think it's too much money to risk. If you miss it, you miss it. Platinum, this was the day I think the pros took money off the table. I said that when you went down here to the band. Now you've hit the 100-day average in that. I don't care if it goes higher. The high probability trade is that's what the pros are doing. And in the dollar index, we're at nitty-gritty time. Now, I would like to switch out of the SEP into the November. I might do this tomorrow, the day after. I'm waiting to see. I think we're right at a nitty-gritty place. If you can clear 101.24, you open the potential to get down here. I'll look at the NOV contract with this and let you all know what I'm looking at doing. Now, a lot of you that want to use this type of, these set of indicators, as I told you, I worked this week and I created them now for my Thinkorswim. I'm not ready to give a license on that yet, but I have the licensing up and going for TradingView. So it's neat. You get to use exactly my slow stochastics, so mine look different than yours. My Bollinger Bands probably look a little different than yours because I use different settings in them than most people do. And I have the reasons, and I can explain it to you over a phone or at any point in time. As I look at where this is at, a lot of people want to use the window envelopes. I give them the values for this each day with subscriptions to my research. So how do you get all this? And by the way, outside bars, you know how important I think they are? They're marked on the charts. But you can turn all that off. You go with it as you want. This pairs with my courses, as you know, and it doesn't take up much for you. You can go with different types of configurations, and it only takes up 2 of your slots on TradingView. So how do you get it? You go to iraepstein.com and go to the top right, Client Resources. You can click up here. It'll take you right in there. You sign up there, and by doing so, we consider you a client. You've done it. We will turn on your TradingView the next business morning after you do that, or if you do it in the morning, we'll have it on by the afternoon. But if you do it tonight, I got to wait for the morning because we go to sleep, all right? But we will turn that all on, and you'll get everything on how to do it and enjoy it. It's pretty interesting. iraepstein.com, Client Resources, or the click up there. I'll see you all in the morning.